This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Today's discussion is Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, the picture changes quickly. So here's where we're at, and this is reminiscent of a few other things in life. We started the morning with Apple number one in market cap and wrote about it, Microsoft number two, NVIDIA number three. Now we're midway through June 18th, and that order has reversed completely. NVIDIA has surged today. It's now number one in overall market cap. The number two firm today is Microsoft, and number three is Apple. Now, these day-to-day gyrations don't really mean much. That they're almost like the fun of watching in the old days a Nadal, Djokovic, or Federer tennis match, or watching the ups and downs of the Trump versus Biden election and what happens with that. And God knows what the polling says till the final outcome and so forth. And at the end of the day, the story is not fully written on Apple, NVIDIA, and Microsoft, other than to say all three of them are having a heck of a year and a hell of a growth. I don't think anybody would have predicted, I'm sure somebody did, not me, that NVIDIA would be at this point in time, the number one market cap company in the world. It reminds me of some of my buddies who are horrendous golfers, and NVIDIA is not a horrendous golfer. It's a tremendous company, having a terrific round, even though they're not that good. No one would have ever predicted that. It's like, even a blind squirrel catches even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. But watching these three behemoths battle it back and forth for market cap leadership. What I don't know is whether, for example, Tim Cook takes a certain amount of gusto and pride in being the number one market cap company, and whether at the end of the day, being at $3.28 trillion at the end of today, and now number three, it's NVIDIA, bothers him or not. I just don't know the emotional makeup of the people as to whether they have slight competition over this or not. But it is fascinating how much we watch it and how quickly it changes back and forth. Again, it's like watching a heavyweight fight, Ali versus Frazier, Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, Trump versus Biden. I guess you basically bring into this today, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. But it really is fascinating to watch these rivalries and how they grow and how they build. And there was so much time spent for so long on Samsung versus Apple or Google versus Apple. And now it's sort of NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft in that top three spot. And just fun to watch. Again, I don't want to repeat myself. But NVIDIA pitching a no-hitter, we'll see how far that goes. I know that when I watch some of my colleagues try and make a putt under pressure, they can't do it. It seems like, in contrast, these folks, Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, even if NVIDIA has taken the lead today, seem to be making all those putts, making all those shots constantly. And it is sure fun to watch this battle of the behemoths for market cap leadership. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Feel free to anytime text Scott Becker, 773-766-5322. We sure have fun watching this stuff. If you have an item you'd like us to cover, or if you are the first person to text me that you've listened to this podcast on Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA, I'll be happy to send you a $100 Amazon gift certificate. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast.